down with that, mister.
Whoa.
All right. Welcome back
Yep.
for round number 3 here at Wednesday night Standard Showdown here in GameSwap Mason in above Blistery.
It's a
Mason,
blistering
Ohio.
50 outside. Yeah, it's a blistering 50 compared to
it's
the negative 20 we've had.
It's 40. It's actually 44. It's hey, that's cold to people that aren't used to it.
Yeah, I guess.
You got people walking around in shorts out here.
Yeah.
Anyways, so right now we've got both these players are undefeated. Blue-black mid-range over there on the right with Michael Daniel, and on the left Corey Johnson on red-white aggro. So I wonder if he has that enchantment.
Something of the nettle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this blue-black mid-range deck, those of you that play Magic Online, currently Jabberwocky has the most standard...
Jabberwocky. Logan Nettles.
Well, you know, local redneck here doesn't know how to pronounce that word.
Good old Slick.
Slick doesn't know them words. But I believe his deck of choice has been the blue-black mid-range deck. So this deck definitely has legs, but it's not completely known yet.
I think any deck with Scarab God has legs is the thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean that's just my opinion on the matter.
You get Scarab God, Gifted Aetherborn, Fatal Push, Hostage Taker, Vraska's Contempt,
Champion of Wits.
Champion of Wits. Yeah, so you've got a lot of just automatically good, powerful cards that are on curve.
I think the main issue with the deck that always has been and always will be the fact that it's inherently slow. It is a slow deck. It takes a while to set up. And it just like it has an issue with like the control decks in the metagame.
Yeah.
Like you can bring in Duress and Negate, yes, and help out those matchups, but like blistering fast aggro deck, which we will see from Corey Johnson, unless you have like a really good hand, those decks are going to be hard to deal with. So I saw Corey's hand. He has like I didn't see a lot of creatures per se, but he has he has burn, he has the enchantment. But like I said, yeah, these decks, unless you have like multiple Gifted Aetherborns, they have an issue with these aggro decks.
Thank you for the follow, Basement Dark Dwellers.
Yeah, thank you.
So this hand has no lands.
Yeah.
But we've seen Essence Scatter, Glint Sleeve Siphoner, Torrential Gearhulk there.
Yep.
Essence Scatter is interesting.
I really like Essence Scatter. I'm a big fan of Essence Scatter.
These guys frequently play with each other, sometimes ride together, so pretty sure they know what each other's on, and they might keep hands according to...
Based on the matchup?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
Maybe playing around some cards you wouldn't normally see someone play around.
Yeah.
It always makes local tournaments more interesting when that happens versus like being at a GP or an Open.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we've got a keepable 5 here. Any lands and spells.
Dream 5 here is like 2 lands that tap for black and then 3 Gifted Aetherborn. But I think we have Doomfall, Gearhulk, 2 lands, and...
Is that an island?
Yeah, that's an island.
He has the full art islands, but not the full art swamps.
Hey man, things are like $4 a pop or something.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. Oh,
leave that on top. What's this? A fatal push?
Play the swamp for that fatal push next turn.
Gotcha. Corey Johnson's going to lead on a mountain and a Bowmite Courier, which I think is a little bit of a misstep from him. I think he wants to lead on that Inspiring Vantage, just based on the simple fact that if you draw 2 more Inspiring Vantages, you want to be able to play them untapped. So I'm not a big fan of that.
Sometimes people get a tunnel vision when their opponent mulligans to 5 that the game's just over.
Yeah, yeah.
And they make some less than optimal plays.
I think so too. I think you'd be correct. Looks like Corey does have a lot of lands in his hand. He's got 3 lands, 3 more lands. Okay, there it is.
Path to metal.
Pedal to the metal. I like that better. I like that better. Yeah, I'll stop. I'm done. I'm really done, I promise.
Yeehaw.
Scavenger Grounds? You gonna Doomfall him?
I like Doomfall.
I do
here.
too.
Get that hazard out of his hand if he's got one.
We know he doesn't, but definitely...
But Michael doesn't know that.
Michael doesn't know that, and you have nothing else going on. Oh, he does
So
have a
there is
hazard. No, look at that.
Right.
And now Corey Johnson's hand is really bad.
Yeah. I like this small to 5 now. Small to 5 is looking good.
Small to 5 is looking good. You're right.
Is that a Kinra we picked up? No.
No. Ooh, an Essence Scatter. Michael just has to draw a Black Source and he can play a Gonti. Wouldn't it be funny if he Gontis and gets a Hazoret from Corey and he's able to attack with it because he mulligans so many times?
That'd be great.
That would be great.
I have no idea what that other card in Corey's hand is.
Is that the
2 lands, Lightning Strike, and something.
Yeah, I could not tell. I thought it was I was gonna say the red anti-Snapcaster Mage. Look get an insert sorcery from your opponent's yard. Which is picking up some legs.
Here's the Gonti.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was picking up some legs, and so I was telling the anti-Snapcaster Mage was picking up some legs on Legacy. Looks like he's got some more lands.
The Bomat Courier at
and
least.
A Shock. 2 lands.
I think you take the Shock.
He took the Bomat Courier. I mean, at the worst case scenario, it's a jump blocker or can trade. All right. Gonna lightning strike that. Ooh.
Another land.
Glorybringer.
That's a Glorybringer.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know. So he lightning strike the Gonti, but he had the Glorybringer already.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that.
I'm not sure. I feel like it could go either way.
You could go either way.
Like, you could lightning strike it or you could not lightning strike it. Like, I get Corey's trying to use all of his spells when he can, but like you said, if you know you have the Glorybringer, you could just be patient and exert to kill it, or just not even worry about it, whichever you want to do.
Well, he does have a lot of ground creatures. I know he's probably got that Raptor.
So Michael choosing not to play the Bomat Courier, he's holding up Essence Scatter and Supreme Will.
Mm-hmm. I think it's correct.
Yeah.
He's going to play the Supreme Will. Look at the top 3. Try to find a 6th land. What is that? So I see a Torrential Gearhulk, a land. I can't see.
You probably just take the land so you can Gearhulk, right?
Yeah.
I think he took the other Gearhulk actually. So he's got two Hulks in hand, and he's just banking on drawing a land here.
Yeah.
Which I bet he does.
You think he's gonna draw it? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Well. I mean, he's still got to deal with this Glorybringer.
You have nothing.
I was about to say it's only instant.
Doomfall, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that a Chandra?
That is a Chandra.
Ugh. And Corey's been playing all these lands.
Yeah,
So.
can't even counter it here with Supreme Will.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to let that resolve. I would not do this in response. I would wait. Let him exile top card and see if he plays it, so that you're able to counter it with.
Yeah, now he's gonna be able to kill the Gearhulk. Yeah, so now you can minus the Chandra and exert the Glorybringer to kill the Hulk if you really want to.
Yeah. Not
so
big
he just
fan
found
of
a Vraska's
He did find a Vraska's Contempt, which is good. He still has 2 hard permanents to deal with. That Supreme Will is exiled, by the way. We will get him to exile that Supreme Will as soon as possible. Okay. I like what you said earlier. I like the minus. Yeah, you like it minusing. But I mean, this is fine as well too.
If you're Corey, I think you. I would have considered casting the Courier there. He's got 1 card in his hand. that courier's just going to give you another look at like finding a Hazoret or
Yeah.
a Glorybringer.
Yeah. What is that last card in his hand? Is it a lightning strike, maybe? I think he's debating on whether to exert or not.
Yeah, I think that's a lightning strike.
Yeah, it is a lightning strike. Okay.
So he is gonna exert.
He is gonna exert. He's gonna kill this. Turns to Gear Hulk. And Michael Daniels actually, I mean, because of that exertion, he's going to be able to he's going to be able to exile this Chandra with the Vraska's Contempt.
Yep.
Then he's also got Essence Scatter, and then on his next turn, he also had Torrential Gear Hulk flashback the Vraska's Contempt.
Yep. Yeah, I think if I was Corey, I don't know if I would have done that exert. I probably would have just swung it for at you, left up the lightning strike, and then I mean you have to deal with the Glorybringer, or even the Chandra, because the Chandra plus next turn also would have been lethal if he just uses the lightning strike on Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. I think his main thought process was, I want to keep this Chandra alive, but he did not think about Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, I mean, keeping your Chandras alive is good, but when your opponent's that close to dead, you just got to think about, how many things have to go right for my opponent for them to not die.
Yeah. Huh. So I do not like this pass by Michael.
Yeah, he just lets him untap and use the Chandra.
Yeah, I do not like that. Like, your biggest fear there is a Hazoret, and you have an Essence Scatter to take care of it. I don't know what you're fearing by allowing him to plus that Chandra. Unless that's not a Vraska's Contempt he has in his hand, but I'm fairly certain
yeah,
it is.
Definitely a. Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep. So now he can just. I mean, it's not.
I mean, it's the same. It's the same, but the reason I don't like that is if he has a different type of removal spell, or like a Doomfall, then like Doomfalling, exiling the Glorybringer is better instead of that. So that way you're able to hold up Essence Scatter, and Doomfall, exiling the Glorybringer.
Yep.
So I was not a big fan of that line. I mean, this is fine too. Don't get me wrong. I just think a little bit more of an optimal play. Playing around to cards that you more likely have in your deck.
Doing it the other way, you could have done everything at instant speed also.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Move to combat with the Glorybringer.
Exactly. That way you can, if he's going to play a Hazoret pre-combat. And also if you're Corey, like, you're playing out these lands, if you draw a Hazoret, you want to be able to pitch them. Playing every land that you draw is not good either.
Yeah.
He's got his dunes. What if Corey just has some kind of like weird fireball out of nowhere here?
I don't think there's one legal in standard right now, but
it's in one of those like early dual deck type things. Gotcha.
I like Corey's 3 different basic mountains here too.
Yeah.
Really puts opponents on tilt at large events.
On Crop Crasher is a good draw.
Okay, so he said go to combat, right?
He did say go to combat, and you can only activate that as a sorcery.
Yeah.
And the six counters, air quotes counters that are on the on Crop Crasher just means it's exerted.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. I think you cycle that sensor prior to attacking.
Why?
The deck has multiple haste creatures. I mean, he does have double Essence Scatter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I wonder if he has main deck negate, though.
That one might be pushing it a little bit. I have played against main deck negates, though.
He's going to cycle sensor.
Oh, wow.
Draw another Gear Hulk.
But he doesn't have another.
But you.
He's got a fatal push in the yard, but he needs a way to turn on revolt, which I don't think he has a way to do in his deck.
Yeah, he does. He has a Field of Ruin.
Oh yeah, he does have one out right now.
Yeah, but
and he has Scavenger Grounds. Okay, my mistake.
Yeah. He has multiple ways to turn on revolt. He just doesn't have. Did he draw another Essence Scatter?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, well.
Also, if you use the Scavenger Grounds, well, I guess you could. Nope, never mind. You can't do the Hulk and turn on revolt right now. You won't have enough mana.
Well, here's the thing. He can.
Yeah, so just passing here. Now he can flash in the Hulk if he exerts. But I think that was a lightning strike.
No, it wasn't. It was a Hazoret.
So now
that actually,
flash in Hulk.
that actually kills him. He does flash in Hulk,
no,
but then he can. Okay, he can exert. Well,
he should have flashed in the Hulk to Essence Scatter the Hazoret. Yeah,
he had the Essence Scatter.
He should have countered it, and then he couldn't exert.
Yeah. I'm a little.
Yeah, and I think Michael realizes that.
And he actually is going to lose his Hazoret during his,
Yeah, during the next turn when Corey just draws.
Okay, well. See if Michael draws something else here. Another Vraska's attempt would help. Or a hostage taker.
Oh, man.
Oh,
all the whammies.
I know.
Corey obviously not happy with the string of events going on.
Yeah. Loosey goosey. A little loosey goosey. Lightning strike off the top.
Oh, it's a Hazard, and he's got another Essence Scatter in his hand.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god.
Oh,
Goodness
man.
gracious. Goodness gracious.
Wow. That is
we need
great.
a little bit of the salt shaker on the table here.
That is great.
To be fair, Corey had some missteps of his own. He should have held back a land. He kept playing out his lands.
Yeah.
If he would have held back a land, he would have been able to pitch it to the Hazoret.
Yep.
So he did have his own missteps that led him to lose that game where he could have definitely won. I know Michael had a couple missteps himself that put himself in those positions. But a couple things from each player that kind of did him in there.
Yeah, so with Hazoret, it's actually okay to keep 2 lands in your hand. If you're counting on drawing one, because you can draw it, play it, then play your land, and then you still have a discard fodder.
Yeah.
And then you're also making your opponent play around 2 potential burn spells.
Yeah, exactly. There was multiple things.
The Chef at Dune activation was a little random too. Like that was.
Well, he did go to combat there and then activate it. I thought it was only sorcery speed for Chef at Dunes. Is it not?
It is only sorcery speed, but I mean, even if he did it during his main phase correctly, that's still like a weird, just a really random time to activate it.
I think it was less so random than you think it is because increments of 2 in his deck where he's playing Chandra and he's playing Hazoret make a lot more sense. So like getting his opponent down to 2 makes a lot of sense.
Okay, that's fair.
So I actually didn't disagree with that. I think I did disagree with him playing out his lands as soon as he drew them like that though. I mean that's just me though.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of sloppy play tonight on stream, but I remember when I, first came to the store and they put me on camera. I played horribly because I was nervous being on stream. So, I don't usually hold it against these guys for doing it.
No, I mean everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah,
I've seen pros make mistakes.
It makes it a little harder.
So, it is what it is. We're gonna move on to game 2. I don't foresee Corey having a ton of control hate in his board, considering he's already like pretty main decked against control. I think he just did not see a lot of creatures that game. He really like did not have an overload of creatures. Like if he would have had more than one threat, he would have been able to actually apply pressure and win that game. I think as it was, he just didn't have much of anything.
Yeah. So out of Michael from the board, I don't know if he's playing the Gifted Aetherborns in the main or not. If he doesn't have them in the main, I certainly would think he's got them in the board.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not too sure what blue-black would have for this.
If he wasn't playing a full complement Fatal Push, sometimes they play another Vraska's Contempt on the board. That would be a good card. You want to get rid of those Doomfalls. Like Doomfall's a good answer to Hazret, but if they're overloaded with things on the board, then they could also be playing Golden's Demise.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
So I think if you're Michael and you're on the play, I think you bring in the Doomfall. But I think if you're on the draw, you don't want the Doomfall. Would you have
no, yeah, I think that's fine. I also think I didn't see any Gifted Aetherborns. He may have those in his board, but his mana base also didn't look like as if they were like supporting him real well. He had a lot of colorless lands. He had Field of Ruin, and he had the Scavenger Grounds. Yeah, absolutely.
This is a real controller version of the Black Midrange.
He won that game on a mulligan to 5, by the way. Let's just point that out. He did win on a mulligan to 5.
So in Michael's hand, it looks like you got Supreme Will, Essence Scatter.
Supreme Will, Essence Scatter. It looks like that's a Never Return, which is a good card.
Yeah.
Big fan of that card. Haven't seen that in a while, obviously.
On Corey's side, we got a Hazret, and it looks like 4 lands in hand. And he just picked up a Strike, and he has a Shock.
And he's got the...
Kinra?
Does he have an Earthshaker Kinra? Nope, he's got the Raptor. Fatal Push that Raptor. Get that out of here.
So I would not play the Glint Sleeve Siphoner here. I would have... Does he not have blue?
Does he? No, he has a Fed Pulls in his hand, I thought. I think the Glint Sleeve Siphoner play is fine. I think he has a Scarab God in his hand. Like it's going to bite a removal spell here anyways. So I don't think there's an issue with playing that.
I mean, does Corey actually care about Glint Sleeve Siphoner, though?
Yeah, I mean, probably not. I mean, I say that, and he's going to do something. Oh, yeah, he has a perfect answer to it. I mean, that's a good card against Glint Sleeve Siphoner, but...
Picked up a Liliana's Death Majesty.
I know he played a Swamp first and he Fatal Pushed, but now it
makes your late game plays more awkward.
Yeah, like instead of playing that Fedipul's turn 1, now his mid game is messed up.
Yeah.
Because he was more worried about the Fatal Push, and I think it would have been okay taking a hit and not worrying about that. And he actually drew a Fedipul's off the top. So Corey Johnson missing a land drop right here. If I was Michael Daniel at the end of the turn, I would just fire off that Supreme Will. Dug for a 5th land.
Huh. Well, I think Corey's moving to discard maybe?
Nah, he has 7. You're going to fire off the Supreme Will.
Yeah.
Get a 5th land, play a Scarab God, and I think this game will be pretty much over.
There's the land.
There's a land, yeah.
Those are all good cards for him to look at.
Yeah.
Hostage Taker, Fatal Push, land. I'd be somewhat okay with any of those.
Yeah. Did not see an aggressive start from Corey this match, which really hurt him.
Well,
if you're Michael Daniel, are you playing the Scarab God or are you playing this Liliana? Because I'm
playing Scarab God.
I actually would play the Liliana.
How are you going to deal with Scarab God out of mono red?
I mean, you're not going to be able to deal with either of them.
Yeah, but now I can get back your Raptor. Like, I can just hold up counter magic now. Like, I can hold up my Essence Scatters, and when you move to your end of turn, I can just take your Raptor out of your yard.
I mean, it
You
doesn't.
don't like that?
I don't think it really matters. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, either 5-drop is hard for this deck to deal with. I didn't really think. I thought Corey stumbled there. It was really hard. I think he wasn't able to capitalize on Michael Daniel, who I think Michael Daniel just kind of mistapped right there. I think he should have left open a fetid pools instead of a swamp. That way he was able to like scry an untapped land and be able to hold up Essence Scatter. But again, it may not matter in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
He's gonna leave that on top.
Nah.
That was during his upkeep.
I don't know if I would have activated the Scarab God there though.
I mean, it is what it
Probably
is.
would have just waited.
It is what it is. And he actually drew a Drowned Catacomb off the top.
I'm not gonna lie, Michael's drawn pretty well this match.
Well, he drew very well the first game. We saw that. He's drawn pretty well this game as well because he actually had to draw lands continuously off the top. Corey Johnson, unfortunately, was missing his land drops. He does have access to Glorybringer now, but an Essence Scatter is going to throw that to the wayside as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... And then Michael's going to be able to get that Glorybringer back.
Yep.
Yeah, I just... Like I said, the Scarab God is just so good. It's like way too good.
Scarab God's trash.
Hey.
Just Ixalan binding that out of the way.
Scarab God's not trash, buddy.
All right, you're right.
You're trash.
I feel like you really wanted to put white in front of that trash remark.
No. No. You're tanner than me. Anyways. Gonna play the Glorybringer. And there's going to be an Essence Scatter. Yeah, I mean, untap, get back a Glorybringer. Not going to be... So, interestingly enough, Michael Daniel has not been swinging with that Scarab God, and he needs to be swinging with that Scarab God. Yeah. Corey would be basically dead right now.
Oh, so we're just going to... We're going to skip the draw step and the scry step altogether.
Yeah.
We don't even need to draw any more cards.
I'm not drawing cards for the rest of this game. We're just going to lose this one card on the table. Enjoy. GG's.
Oh, wait, I get to draw cards?
Oh, my goodness. What a gift from the gods.
He's got a gifted Aetherborn in hand, too. That just
yeah,
I know. Played out.
Corey's going to pitch. Corey's going to pitch this Hazoret, too. Yeah. Honestly, I'd just burn myself. I'd just throw all this burn at my own face. I will lightning strike me. I will shock me. And I'm going to throw these cards at your face. Yeah, I mean, missing land drops and holding cards back in your hand in conjunction with having 2 Hazards in your hand, not a winning recipe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of how it, I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. We knew what Hazoret was when it came out, that you would have to be playing a deck with an aggressive curve, being able to play a lot of burn spells so that you could empty out your hand, and missing land drops. And 2 of the lands being out on the field being plains really kind of hindered Corey this game. Yeah. I felt even when he was able to play his Hazoret, it just wasn't, it was a nice card on the board that did nothing. I mean, he can pitch cards to burn, but...
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the problem with the red-white aggro deck, though, is you're playing the enchantment, so like you either need to set up your hand, set up your plays by casting that on turn 2,
yeah,
or you've essentially you're just winning more if you play all your guys first and then try to cast the enchantment.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you completely. He has a reverse Snapcaster Mage in his hand, doesn't he?
He does. He also has a shock.
Yeah, he can get back the Fatal Push, kill the Glint Sleeve Siphoner, but he's still dead to the Glorybringer and the everything. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, because you're gonna get a trigger from the Scarab God to drain life.
Yeah. it's like a Snapcaster Mage exiles it. That is dead. That is exiled.
Now during Michael's
Michael's lay with the Scarecrow trigger on the stack.
yeah,
Get back the Raptor, and then Corey's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fan of Raptors. I've been a big fan of him since he was on the Pro Tour.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, scoop him out. Yeah, it really felt like Corey he had very poor draws those game. Michael had very good draws. I definitely think that the match isn't as favorable as those games made it seem. I think that the red-white aggro deck has much more aggressive draws than that too. It clearly does play more creatures than what we saw as well. I just think, like I said, Corey had some very
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they were definitely not the best draws. And we saw Michael. He kept some land-light hands. He did win on Mulligan to 5 last game on the back of some Torrential Gear Hulks, but
to be fair though, Corey definitely had a chance to win game 1.
Yeah.
Like we talked about before, just playing out all those lands when he needed to keep at least 2 in his hand.
Yeah.
So can't be too upset with Michael just playing his cards and doing what his deck does.
No. It is what it is. That's just the name of the game. That's why we play this and not Hearthstone.
Well, we've got a little bit of time before next match. Check out our Facebook, Patreon, Twitter, all that stuff.
Tweeter. Thanks, Slick.
Instagram.
Grinder.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back this next round. Thanks for watching, guys.
And I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.